Huh. I guess I wasn't far off the mark then. Hey guys, MasakoX here. It's been almost exactly 1 year to the day that I put out this video, 7 ways that Dragon Ball Super can be super. At the time, episode 26 was the freshest episode that we had to our disposal. Well, I say fresh, yeah. More like rehashed Resurrection F. The F stands for fodder, by the way. Anyway, I made a video listing 7 recommendations to Dragon Ball Super about how it can improve itself. And now it's been a year and I effectively forgot about it. Until YaBoySeed on Twitter reminded me by asking whether I was going to make a follow-up video, and I am now. Thanks, mate. I look back at this video and this was from a time when I only had 25,000 subscribers. Now that may still sound like a lot, but compared to now, it's a fraction, and I have you to thank for that, by the way. At this time, I had no idea what I wanted to do with this channel, but hey, it inspired the weekly Super review, so something good came out of it. I'll leave a link to this video in the top right, so you can actually sit down and watch this at your own pace. Back then, it was very hard to stay positive about Dragon Ball Super. You think it's hard now? Remember the first 6 months? It was so hard to try and convince people to watch Super. It was utter torture to actually say to my friends, hey, look at Super. Oh, okay, what's in it? Oh, basically Battle Gods Resurrection F. Oh, what's the point of it then? Repurposing movies does not an interesting arc make. Luckily, when we got into the Champa arc, things calmed down and got a lot better. So tension has been relieved on that front. So let's take a look and see whether my predictions rang true in the end, or at least a year on, in 7 ways that Dragon Ball Super can be super revisited. And by the way, I chose 7 because 7 Dragon Balls, yuck, yuck, yuck. Also, spoiler warning, I will be talking about recent events as well as upcoming events, so just be forewarned. Number 1, give another character a win. A convincing win. That is debatable. You could reasonably justify that Trunks got the win over merged Zamasu, or at least his physical form. But as we all know, Zamasu ultimately got the win, and it took the likes of Zeno to put him in his place at the cost of that alternate timeline's reality. Yeah, that was a big price to pay. And ultimately, you could even say nobody won. If the arc had ended with Trunks slicing Zamasu into total obliteration, it would have been a much more satisfying ending. From there, Trunks and Mai could have rebuilt Earth and tried to repopulate the universe if the Namekians are still around with Dragon Balls to use, although I kinda doubt it. But no, we got something really confusing. But I digress. Trunks' actions are enough to stave off a no. I'm gonna call this one a maybe. 2. Give the other characters something to do. This is also a maybe. We did have Piccolo in the Universe 6 tournament, but really the bulk of the action up until episode 73, where we are right now, has been from either Goku, Vegeta, or Trunks. However, we've had a decent amount of actions from all the other minor characters in episodes that I like to call breather episodes. You know, the comedy episodes in between arcs. They have been great points in which the side characters have had chances to shine and really show who they are in some very humorous events. We had great moments from the likes of 18, Roshi, and Yamcha, to name a few. However, the biggest contributor to this notion has been that of Bulma. She has been involved in nearly every arc of Super. Well, I mean, it stands to reason because she is basically the catalyst of Dragon Ball. Without her, we wouldn't have had a story. Had she not shot Goku in the face, then who knows what could have happened. She is an excellent character with smarts, charisma, confidence, and elegance. A complete package. If the Universe Survival arc can use its ambitious lineup competently and give every character a chance to really shine and excel, then I will bump this maybe up to a yes. There's still time to debate on this one. Number 3, Gohan's revival. Oh dear, this has been one of the biggest headaches for Dragon Ball Super fans, especially Gohan fans. In Super, Gohan has gone back and forth so many times about who he wants to be, a fighter or a father. He can never really decide. Having said that though, it's not really Gohan's fault per se, it's more of the writer's fault. They can't seem to choose an angle and stick to it. However, it's been my long-held belief that Gohan can be a fighter and a father. He's not exactly going to get resistance from Videl. She loves him unconditionally, as does his daughter Pan. No matter what, he's going to have a comfortable life, he can make an income from his smarts and books and all that kind of stuff, so what's stopping him from doing a little bit of training here and there? It'd be good for his soul. I will say that his placement in the Universe 7 team for the upcoming arc is an interesting addition, especially since he looked like he just jumped out of the Boo saga from this promotional image alone. If he can get his power back up to somewhere in between Piccolo's and Majin Buu's, then I think he will actually do quite a lot in this arc, and actually give loads of the Gohan fans some light relief. Episodes 61 and 67 are key points in Gohan's story, where his mind is thinking overtime, and he has to decide what he's gonna do. He can't just sit back and let other people do the work for him. He's gotta do something, and I think this will actually come to a head in the next arc. Now, Toriyama has historically found Gohan hard to write for. He's been written in and out of the story so many times. I just hope that the writers at Toei can at least try and find a good direction for him in the upcoming arc. So for now, my answer is still a maybe. Number 4, better or more consistent animation. You know what? I'm gonna say yes here. The animation quality of Dragon Ball Super is still not top tier, but it is certainly a marked improvement over what we got at first. What was the problem to begin with? Well, what wasn't the problem? Toei had set ludicrous deadlines for its animators to face, allowed experienced animators to jump ship onto other more stimulating projects such as the One Piece Gold movie, and bypassing directorial oversight just to get things out for their own ridiculously stupid timeline. This product came out far sooner than it should have done. It needed at least another 3 months to develop and get a lot more animation done before it was released. If you released this series in the fall of 2015, this would have done way better because more people are likely to be watching TV on a Sunday morning. They're not going to be out on summer vacation or something like that. It would get more bums on seats and more ratings in Toei's laps. It would have been much more effective. But no, we got a show with notoriously bad keyframing. But luckily, from episode 28, the show has had a lot more hits than misses. We've had some odd moments occasionally, but at least they've been far more sporadic than before. In fact, we've had a few episodes where it's been praised for the animation quality, in particular, episode 57 and episode 66. This is way more than what could be said in January 2016. Now, the YouTuber Anime AJ does extensive Dragon Ball Super animation analysis, so I recommend that you go check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description and in the top right. As for me, I'm going to say yes on this one. Number 5, more comedy. Yes. Baseball episode, Shenron episode, Great Saiyaman 2-parter, Dr. Slump episode! There have been great comedy bits in Super. They've really nailed this one on the head, so much that I really don't have much else to say about this. They got it down to a T. They even managed to make Yamcha look cool. That is some doing. This is where Toriyama's oversight can be truly seen, or at least a convincing emulation of his humor. Number 6, more peril and more tension. Yes? The Goku Black arc definitely raised the stakes after a very lackluster first 27 episodes. There was no peril or tension, we already knew what was going to happen from the movies. But going back to the Goku Black arc, there were so many points where I really couldn't think of a way that the good guys could win. They had to pull something out unexpectedly in order to keep themselves going. Shame that the ending fell apart and replaced the tension with confusion. I still think the ending was alright, just not as good as it could have been. The Universe 6 arc had a little bit of peril because if Universe 7 lost, Earth would be transported to Universe 6, but that really wouldn't have resulted in anyone dying, really. But I will say that arc did have tension in the form of Hit and Champa's volatile temper. Now the Universe Survival arc looks like it's going to have a lot more peril as Zeno is calling the shots here, and he's been known to be a loose cannon. You never know what's going to happen with the Omni King, and I'm really looking forward to that. My biggest hope is that this arc will firm up my yes for this recommendation. Lastly, number 7. Please explain Super Saiyan Blue. I'm going to be bold here and actually state this one as a no. What I really wanted was a flashback to when Goku and Vegeta first attained Super Saiyan Blue and discovered what it was. It would have made for an interesting scene, but alas, we didn't get it. we got a couple of lines from Goku stating that Super Saiyan Blue is basically Super Saiyan whilst tapped into the God energy. And really, I don't think we're going to get any more because the show's plowed on with other transformations such as Super Saiyan Rose and Trunks' Super Saiyan Rage form. By the way, it did get a name, Super Saiyan Rage. Okay, if we didn't get a scene with Goku and Vegeta, I would have liked Whis to chime in and explain a little bit about what Super Saiyan Blue was, because he's done that in the past, as well as Vados to explain backstory about Hit's abilities and stuff. Character exposition has happened before, so why not now? Ultimately though, I'm not really upset about this. It would have been nice, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Dragon Ball has transformations as part of its genetic makeup, so them's the breaks, I guess. Super Saiyan Blue is a thing now, and it's currently Goku and Vegeta's weapon of choice. There we have it. We've had 3 yeses, 3 maybes, and only 1 no. Given that Super has still at least 1 major arc to go through, I'm really feeling positive about this. And honestly, there's going to be more than the Universe Survival arc. Dragon Ball Super makes money. It's going to keep going for a very long time. It's definitely not going to end anytime soon. I'm actually satisfied with this result as it's shown that Super has evolved from where it was a year ago. There is still progress to be made though, but I've got high hopes. In any case, it's much easier to be positive about Dragon Ball Super than it was 12 months ago. So what do you guys think? Has Super improved in the last 12 months? Is there anything that you think that Super could do more of? Or just change entirely? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Until then, catch you later.